Remember, if you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Rewan,
yes.
Let's look at this news making the round. A situation where a renowned Muslim cleric in the north, I made it very clear that if you believe in more than one God, if you leave Islam, that you deserve death. I know you have a little bit knowledge about both religions, talking about Christianity and Islam, and Nigeria is a secular state. We shall go other areas of recent happenings, but let me get a minute.
I was born in an Islamic home. I was born a Muslim. Like you said, my name is Riwa. After more than 25 to 27 years being a Muslim, I gave my life to Christ in 2016. Again, I went to Bible school. While I was a Muslim, I also did walimot. I read the Quran. You see, the problem is, let's start from this. Our country is not a one nation. Take it or leave it. The Yoruba man, the Igbo man, and the Fulanis are not the same. That is where it comes from.
But they are counted by one God, the same God.
Yes. Have you ever seen where a Yoruba man can never make this such a statement? Okay, imagine the man is referring to me, for example. I was a Muslim. Then I gave my life to Christ. That means if I were to be from the north, I would have been killed and executed.
So does it mean the north know Islam more than the Yoruba?
No, that is fanatical Islam. Even Saudi Arabia that they say that they are looking up to, they've left those kind of Islam. That's why I see footballers like Ronaldo going there to play football. Christians are welcome to open hands in Saudi Arabia. They are even a very good partner to USA. You understand? So their version of Islam is very, very, very violent. And you are saying that you are following Islam. Okay, look at Saudi Arabia, look at Qatar, look at Kuwait. They are following the same Sharia law that you are talking about. Look at how developed they are. Now look at your own region.
But let me bring this angle. How do we differentiate between a people's culture and religion? I can see that even in the north, that the major problem they have is they mix the religion with the culture.
Yeah, but let's be serious here. Culture is religion is part of culture. That's why let me give an example. If you see a man wearing suit and it's only the Quran in Nigeria coming to preach to you, you would first think that he's a pastor. If you see another man wearing jalabia, put something on his head, if he holds a Bible, you think that he's a Muslim cleric. So you cannot really differentiate between culture and religion. But then you can move forward if you know the essence of your religion. You understand? Look at Yoruba family. Yoruba family, like my family, Muslims, majority Muslims, Christians. You only say Yoruba family, you would see a Christian. Our president, his wife is till today, I mean, the first lady, as a pastor in the redeemed, that means like a pastor.
Let me call it coming here. Why is it that in the north, they say Boko Haram, haram meaning forbidden,
yes,
that Western education is sin. But in the West here,
yes,
they do not see Western education as a sin, and it's the same Islam.
That's what I'm saying. So now they are using that Islam, fanatical Islam, to keep the people poor. Okay, look at it. The elites in the north, they are sending their children to school, take it or leave it. Their children are in school, but the little children, you have given them al-majiri. Al-majiri comes from the word from al-muhajirun, people that went on a journey with Muhammad then. So you don't to al-majiri. You are giving children 10 naira every day. You are not allowed them to go. Your own children are going to school. In the West here, in Yoruba land, even in some part of Edo that they are Muslims, so you compare and contrast. In 2001, they introduced Sharia law in under Obasanjo then. 12 states, they start cutting people's hand. People that are stealing billions of naira in the north, have you ever cut their hand before? Somebody steals a bread, you cut his hand. Somebody steals a gari, you cut his hand. Somebody steals 20, you cut his hand. Someone that steals 20 billion, you are celebrating him. It's going to Mecca. Is that the question? Is that Islam? Look at like I said, Saudi Arabia. Look at Kuwait. Look at Qatar. Look at them and compare with the northern part of Nigeria. So their form of Islam is not the acceptable form of Islam. You, for example, we take our culture first, ahead of religion.
Okay, now let me bring this angle because we have seen serious level of insecurity in the country.
Yes.
And if you look at the angle it comes, talking about Fulani militia, why is it that we don't see Yoruba militia and we only see Yoruba Muslims? But we only see Fulani militia. So why is it like this?
All these things are political subjugation. You see that they are not fighting for any God. These are just for power and for politics. Under Jonathan, they made the mass government ungovernable. Jonathan had to say that in my book, in my government, he said it openly. Okay now. Jonathan built schools for them in the north. Almajiri school. Jonathan abandoned South where he come from, Niger Delta, where there is oil. He abandoned literally Otuoke, abandoned Delta, abandoned rivers, abandoned these places where there are oil. He was building schools for, which is good for the Almajiris in the north. After Jonathan left power, the children later go to that same school. No, they won't allow them to go. Because now let me tell you, this now there is a man from the north who said the people that are calling their hair militia, they are not S-men. There are no cows. Pastor Matthew, let us think outside the box. You cannot see a man and say face by face you, and that same man has a Megad. How can you be rearing cow and have a K-47? Let us think like a human being. That means there is a sinister motive by these people, but people cannot see it and they are not seeing it.
Okay, now let us just support this with the recent claim in Plateau, talking about Bokos and Bassa, where the governor talking about Mufwan have already said this is genocidal Fulani invasion. Do you subscribe to the position of the government? This genocide.
100%. These are not. You can't see. I look at it. How do I put it? Little by little, they are decimating the Christian community in Nigeria, in the North Central, taking over their lands, destroying the churches. But in that part of Plateau State, there is a good mineral resources there. Take it or leave it in the ground. So now, you say you are Fulani S-men, you say you are Fulani militia. What are you doing? You are taking the life, executing people, taking their lives. And look at Uwami. When you say people were killing Uwami, personally, I don't support your justice. But then, now listen, everywhere, all over Nigeria, where people were shouting. Atiku Abubakar was talking. Conquest was talking. Where 16 hunters were killed. I don't know what hunters were doing with guns in that people's village. That's one side. But now, 51 more people have been killed in Bokos. The people that are talking there, they are still quiet. What does that tell you about your country? Are we only one? That if a part of Nigeria, people are being killed there, and there's an uproar, and that part of Nigeria, people are being killed, and there's definitely silence. What does that tell you about the so-called one Nigeria? That's why every day I think about the fact that
there's nothing like one Nigeria, if I may ask.
There's nothing like that. We are just see. My father always tell me, if you are deceiving, you don't deceive yourself. I don't deceive myself. That's why at every time I tell people who I am first and a bad person from Apostates State. Then a Yoruba person, but it's not my turn. From an Egba clan to Yoruba. Then
how can an Egba man become the obedient spokesman?
I look at the capacity, competence, and the commitment of the man that to me, that if not for IRF, if not for the glitch, that nonsense, that would have been declared the president of Nigeria, and then that our country may have been part of the Committee of Nations. Here you have a president that people respect. But look at where we are today. So when it comes to tribalism and religious intolerance, I'm not part of it. I don't believe in that. I believe in humanity. Like I always say, a cow cannot be an Igbo person, a goat cannot be a Yoruba person, a dog cannot be a Fulani person. You must first be a human being before you belong to any different tribe. So I believe in that the fact that if you're a human being, if you're a good person, good. If you're a bad person, you're bad. I don't do religion, I don't do tribe. So 2020 election to me, my best, even till now, today, the best position. I'm talking about President Matia to today that they have declared interest is still Peter Obi. I have no apology about it.
Let me drag you to the entertainment arena.
Yes.
Called political arena.
Okay.
Idris Abdulkarim sang a song asking Sheikh Tinubu to go and tell his father,
which is good,
about insecurity, about economy, and all the areas of malnutrition in Nigeria. Before you know it, NBC, Nigerian Broadcasting Commission, had the mandate to regulate media, ban radio station, television station from airing it. Though Very Dark Man have already invited Idris, that there is need to do a release that is prepared to dance in that release to draw the attention of the president to Nigeria's predicament. Where do you stand in all of this?
No, the song is in the right direction. Under Abasanjo is he sang Nigeria Yaga, and nothing that this one is now beyond and when you look at the environment, look at everything, it seems it is true. Look at the amount of FX $1 to in naira. Look at how Nigerians are able to feed. Look at the level of poverty, of suffering. Look at how many Nigerians are able to pay their house rent. Look at how Nigerians look at the insecurity. Like I said, in my language, say that Tamari go on so only can talk about. If you say that it does not concern me, it's my concern those that are closer to you. The insecurity is everywhere. The militias, they don't even care who you are. Ondo, Ekiti, Ebonyi, Enugu yesterday. They have gone everywhere. Benue, Plateau, they don't care.
But in the light of the statement that came from Ajayi, talking about the Director General of GSS,
yes,
asking that communities should be the first line defense in the case of invasion. He cited 2 communities in the north. He cited Tafawa Balewa local government and a community in Bauchi. How they were able to successfully repel invaders. Do you think that's the way to go?
That's the way to go. Okay, I was after that statement. That means everybody find a way to defend yourself. And I was telling my Yoruba people, because till today, that's what I like Yoruba. We are Muslims, we are Christians, and again, Yorubas are national worshippers. Now, if it is Shango, Olukoso, any Fulani, strike them. I mean, when I say any Fulani, the one that are holding AK-47, strike them. So everybody, Igbo people find a way. And see, that day says, God bless that person. They have given a just go ahead. Don't do jungle justice. Don't do misjustice. Don't misplace justice. But anybody, any Fulani person or anybody that's a criminal, don't let them kill you. Defend yourself. But again, don't let us forget what Supreme Court did. A man was in his farm, Fulani tried to kill him. He defended himself. Yes, but look at the judgment. So how then are we able to place this side by side? Supreme Court is telling you that don't defend yourself in quote with that judgment. And now we are seeing the JSS telling us. So where do we go from here? I like it that God bless you. They say peace or place make it form. Let us know where they stand. But JSS, I go bless that man. They have told you no more, don't cry anymore. But again, no more online. We should be very careful now as Nigerians. Don't do it online again. Find a way to do your thing. Like I said, no jungle justice, don't misplace justice. Anyone that try to kill you, like the law of Moses, an eye for an eye. That's the thing. Because in the absence of war, there cannot be peace. Look at Israel. When a Christian here say, God of Israel protect me. But look at Israel themselves. When Hamas struck them, they struck back. And a lot, because that was quoted the Bible said, there is time for everything. This is time for war. That's how Benjamin Netanyahu said this. That means it is time for Nigeria to know that we are in a critical time. If don't allow anybody to buy you, defend yourself. I say DSS have already given us order, which is very, very good for me, to me. So that means I won't allow anybody now. If you come, I find a way. That's very good. That's very, very good something, and I'm very impressed about that.
I think I must say a very big thank you for your time. This is a good place to let it go. We hope to have you next time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
What we must understand is the Fulanis are intentional in their conquests. They can never be mistaken for it. And I'll give you a proof. The Fulanis are intentionally with Islam, jihadism, conquest, conquering people, taking people's land. They are not shying from it. El-Rufai, Bashir El-Rufai, the son of Nasir El-Rufai, who we can as well say he is Malam El-Rufai spokesperson, came out and said that any man that dares challenge a Fulani man will be unalived. He said this and he mentioned a specific region in this country. He said Southern Kaduna will be wiped out because they continue to kill, to unalive Fulani elders.
And he was not called for questioning.
I have told you that these people are intentional. And they became intentional the very first day Usman Dan Fodio stepped his foot into Nigeria. In 1804, he told them, he gave them a marching order. He said, listen, Nigeria is your estate. So therefore, you must take power. When the British were about to go, the British saw the intentionality of the Fulanis. He said, listen, guys, you have to occupy the Nigerian military, you have to occupy the Nigerian Air Force, you have to occupy the Nigerian police force. Because we know that you people are intentional about power. Have you checked the records? Before you count one Yoruba man, you don't count 10 Fulani man. Before you count one Igbo man, you don't count 30 Fulani man. So, when 30 elders who are uneducated on a large scale, but wielding an AK-47, tell me what your pen wants to do. They go, don't buy you finish before you go talk, say you be educated man. The Nigeria contraption has been tailored, fashioned, okay, to benefit these people. And that is why a man has just been sentenced to death. You know his offense? A Fulani man with a cattle invaded his farm. He saw the man. He said, "Hey, what did you do for there? You didn't chop my corn." He started fighting the guy. Then the Fulani man brought out a cutlass. As he wanted to cut the guy's head, the guy dodged it, collected the cutlass in self-defense, unalived the Fulani man. All of this was well taped and recorded. The Nigerian judiciary system said that that guy should not have defended himself. That if at all, he should have run away, allowed those cattle to eat the corn.